G'day, Ziggy here, CEO of 3P, coming to you with another episode on financial tips and guidance and getting you through this coronavirus. Now, last 2 weeks, needless to say, it's been an absolute schmozzle on the share markets, on investment markets, in superannuation funds. And there's been a lot of concern from people about the value of those funds, how much they've dropped, will they keep on dropping? And I was, for an hour, I was in a studio at Light FM taking calls, and that was the theme that was coming through. And that makes sense, and that's expected during this time. There's a lot of concern. We don't know, where things are heading. But it's interesting that over the last 2 weeks, MLC Today released some research that they did across their client base, and just found that clients that had an advisor felt more comfortable and had the clients as a trusted source. So it was interesting that 2 of their top concerns during this time was the impact on the economy, so it's coronavirus impact on the economy, and also on investments and superannuation. Now, funds have been dropping, and we have been through these types of drops before. It has never been this quick. But in terms of the figure and the amount that funds have dropped or markets have dropped, we have seen this before. So needless to say, we'll get back to where we've been at some point. How quick that happens, we don't know. But just interesting that people see their advisor as a trusted source. Now, if you don't have an advisor or you've had a bad experience with the advisor, I get that. But there are good ones around. There are trustworthy ones around, so find them. Ask your friends who they're using, who they're happy with. By all means, we can help you. Just send me a note. But have someone who can guide you through this process and who is not emotionally invested in your superannuation or your portfolio, can give you some level-headed advice and guidance, and then you can decide what you do with that information. What also concerns me is the fact that on social media, one of the there's a manager at one of the large industry funds made a comment and saying, here at whatever super, those who don't have a planner are switching to cash and calling us for validation, and we can't give that. Over the last week and a half, there's been a huge, overwhelming flow of requests. It has been sad to watch a procession of unadvised members selling down their assets in response to the market falls and crystallising losses. And that was posted on 25th of March. So a lot of industry funds and funds generally are seeing that people are trying to switch to cash, people are trying to go conservative, and really it's the worst time to do it. So you really need some guidance from an advisor. So speak to your accountant, speak to your advisor, get some guidance. It's a good time to have a look at your superannuation fund and say, okay, well, how are the funds invested? Is there too much towards shares? Is it too conservative? Is now an opportunity to maybe do a bit of switching? How does it meet with your risk profile? Everyone has a different risk profile. Maybe the way that the funds are invested isn't in line with your risk profile, which is why possibly the reaction is such. So the government will also be coming out with some new announcements today. We've covered the opportunities in super to be able to try and get some money there. The other thing is that there's so much information being thrown at us about the coronavirus, and in particular finances and the various stimulus package and what is covered, what's not covered. How do you access your super? How do you access, the suspension of your loan repayments, all that sort of thing. So because there's different sources, we keep up to date with all the different changes and get out communication to all our clients. So if you want to stay in touch and you're not already, then send me an email on ziggy@3pcorp.com.au and we'll make sure we stay in touch, because now more than ever, you need a trusted advisor. All right, till next time, we'll talk soon. Stay well.